Hello everybody, we're going to cover, we just left off with the part 1, which is a basic layout and the functionality of the program. Now we're going to focus on part 2, which is text editing and text manipulation. So, the thing I have to point out first is that, so the program functions, essentially, program needs text files in order to function. If you don't like what the program is generating for you, like age, description, height, etc., you can delete those text files and the program will just not generate them. So in case you wish to delete something or skip something out, just delete the text file, and the program will skip that. However, the way the program functions is that it reads from the text file. And so, that being said, you have to make sure that you do not change the name of the text files you have within the preset, within each class of the presets, because if you do, the program will not read that out. Now, also something to point out and note here: whenever you're whenever you're editing a text file, make sure that you don't have any unnecessary spacing between the words and at the end of each row, because if you do, that can mess up the program. So just make sure that you don't have any unnecessary spacing. So let me open up a file location for you and show how this looks like. So we have a preset library storage, something that I've created just for, just so that it does not conflict with the presets that the program is reading. So this is a folder the program is reading, and this is something that I've created as a storage. This is the saved NPCs that I was talking about earlier. Before I head on to text manipulation and in this part 2, I want to point out something. So as I said earlier, .npc extension for this program, you right click on it and you can edit any of the given text, and you can save it, and once you load it up in the program, it will save those. It will load up those changes that you made. So if you wish to, you don't want to open up a program, but you wish to add something or edit, this is where you do it. I highly encourage you to use Notepad++ because it is more readable and it is more easier to see, and it divides everything into numbers and rows, and you have advanced replacement option in case you have any additional spacings that you wish to take out. So that being said, let us focus on the actual presets and the text manipulation. So I'm going to go under Fate Core System, something that I already have created, and these are the subgroups or the presets for that rule set. So let's go ahead and click on one of the random presets. We're going to choose Acolytes of the Light, which is our main arch enemy of the players, and this is how it looks like. So each of the tab category that you have here, let me just open it up for you so I can show you that. Each of the tab category correlates to a text file. So age goes here. And all of these goes into allocated places. It's pretty much self-explanatory. So what we want to use is, actually what I'm going to use is I'm going to create a test preset for you guys, so I can show you how does this looks like. But what I've did, for example, is I've did choose Acolytes of the Light, and I did choose for the age, I did choose numbers instead of just a description. Earlier I had a description which says very young, old, and really old, and stuff like that, and middle-aged. But I've decided, since the program has unlimited numbers of, it's capable to generate anything you want in an unlimited quantity as long as it's separate in rows. So if it's in rows like this, not just like in a line, but in rows, it can generate that up to oblivion. So I've decided to have from 15 age to about 70, which is about right, which I figured out these guys will be, because they're like a nomadic, fanatical Christians. Anyways, it's a faction that's similar to Far Cry 5 game, which is a fanatical Christianity, kind of a sect, cult, occult, vault group, and they spanned from age of 15. The warriors spanned from age 15 to about age 70. But as I said, you can change any of those. armor for an example for the armor. So the program functions this way. Name, whatever you put in here. So name, it generates a name. And then whenever you put in these brackets, it goes under first field and this under second field. So that's why I said you can just put whatever you want. It can generate whatever you want. So let's go ahead and copy this and then paste it here. And so we're going to change the name of it to be test preset. So this is a test preset. We want to create something weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete all of those and we're going to create an age. So we'll start with age. So age, we want to have very young, we want to have very old, we want to have 1 to 200, you know, and these are the ages. We're going to save that. So we're going to go under armor 1 and we're going to create a couple of presets. So first one will be leather armor, blah blah blah. The second one would be test armor, and we're going to put armor class 12. I don't know how to type, I'm sorry about that. And we're going to put this here. We're not actually going to put anything, so it's going to be blank like this. We're going to put a third option, which will be it reduces minus 35. Sorry, minus 35. We played D100, and the actual health of the armor is, I don't know, it's 50. It's 50, so it's 50 out of 50. We're going to save that. We're going to go in the armor 2. We're going to leave that as it is. And we're going to just, no, sorry, we're going to put this test armor. I don't know how to write. I deeply apologize about that. And we're going to go under test 2 and test 3. Now, here's something I was telling you about. You see this? I have a fourth row which is empty because I haven't paid attention. I'm just going to need to delete that. If I leave that as it is, it's just going to generate me a blank field because it has a row. It had a row here, 4, which was nothing. Attributes, we're going to change that into test, and then you see here where it says 2 and then it says 4. So the program is doing from 2 to about 4. So I'm going to leave that. So from 2 to about 4. I can put from 20 to about 400. Here from about 20 to about 400. Here about 20, 400, 10, 300, etc. I'm just going to fill that out for you so you can see how will this function. And you can rename whatever you want to call it. You don't want to call it provoke, you want to call it, I don't know, whatever. You don't want to call it physique, you want to call it strength. You don't want to call it athletics, you want to call it agility, dexterity. So whatever, you know, whatever suits your needs. And so what we have here is that a program will read from 10 to about 400. So from 10 to about 400 is going to take any random number and it's going to generate that. Eyes, we're going to leave that as it is. Here, we're going to leave that as it is. Height, we're going to, you know, put that. So occupation is going to be, I don't know, orc, warrior, and the second one would be elf, archer, and the third one would be human, fighter, a fisher, fighter. Okay, save that. You can change any of those. Here are the weapons. We're gonna change that. We're gonna put sword, and then in the first bracket we're gonna put 2d12. We're gonna put spear 1d20. Weapon 2, we're gonna put arrows. Arrows, we're gonna put 35 out of 35. I don't have a bow in now. I was gonna put bow. I'm gonna put bow, and that bow will be 1d6 as a damage. Weapon add-ons, we're not gonna put any, but you can put, like, I don't know, a specific bow which gives you a specific magic attack, etc. Oh, with weapon 3 we can put fireball, which gives you plus 20. It gives you 2 d20. This here is pretty much done. We're just gonna use our program here to show you what is it capable of. So let's go ahead and load our preset. Test preset. We're gonna put 22 of them. That's a quite beat of a number, but we're just gonna put that. So here are 22 NPCs. Here's the name. This one is a human fighter. He has test armor. Here's his armor class. He has 76 health. These are his stats, as you can see. We've got test 2, which is just for whatever you want to put in there. We have a sword, which deals 2 times d12 damage. We've got arrows. It has 30 out of 30. And we have a fireball. It's just an example. And here is his inventory. So, what I need to repeat, what we need to focus on again, so is this. Each time you're manipulating a text, you have to make sure, and you have to understand, actually, the program is using text to generate things, generate tabs. These are interchangeable, so you can do whatever you want with those. It's kind of flexible, and you can add and subtract things. So just an example of the things that the program is able to do. Of course, you can use any other tabs to create magic. So for now, this is how it is. We might add a magic tab to it, but essentially you can either use inventory for your magic or whatever, whatever you create. If you're creating a wizard, you can add magic to it. So this is what the program is capable of. So let me show you something. So a feral ghoul, a fair monster. It is a feral ghoul. He doesn't have anything. I'm just gonna generate 5 of those. Sorry. And so here is how it looks like. So because I've manipulated text in a sense that the program is actually showing me. This is how I thought a ghoul would look like, and the program is showing me that. So we have first name is feral ghoul. We obviously don't know any name. Last name is unknown male, so he's a male. His nickname is unknown. He used to be an Asian one, so he's now an Asian ghoul. Health 12, athletics 3. They're kind of agile. They're kind of fast. They really want to get to you fast. But any of those has 0, because he's just a ghoul. He doesn't know how to drive, how to talk. He knows how to fight though. And he knows he has a bit of notice, so he can notice things around him. Has a physique, he's kind of strong. He has a provoke, so he can fear factor you a lot. But any of those, he doesn't have anything. Armor, he doesn't have any. For armor 2, I've chosen wasteland cloth, so he has some rags on him. Weapon 1, he has a beast attack, so beast attack gives you +3 shift. He's really hard in hitting things because he has physique 2. Critical bite is his second option, and he deals +2 shift, but he can also give you an infection. And he doesn't have anything in his inventory. His age is unknown. He's pale dark. He has pale dark eyes. Yeah, he's actually missing half of his skull. His voice is moaning, so he's moaning as a zombie. He's skinny. He's very tall. Positive trait ghoulish and neutral ghoulish, negative ghoulish. Medical issue joint pain. Now this is something I just left as it is, but I can delete that. So it has -1 on all. So -1. Everything what he has -1. Let's see now one. Male. Same thing. He has no medical issues, has no lower part. So height, He just doesn't have any legs. He doesn't have any lower parts. He has -4 on everything. He's pretty much useless. He's just laying down on the ground, despite the fact that he has athletics and he has fight. He's unable to fight. He's just laying down, but you know, you can do whatever you want with him. Female ghoul, feral ghoul. He is short. So sorry, she is short, and she has a pre-war military armor, so it has 7 out of 7 health. If my players were shooting at it, at her, she will have 4, 3, 2, but it's still her armor. And then 1, and then 0. Bam! She's fucked up. Her armor doesn't do shit anymore. She has a 4 reduction, but it doesn't do shit anymore because it was shooting at her. Her armor is down. Now they're going under health. So it's 5, it's 4, it's 2, it's 0. She's dead. So this is how easy it is to use things. Let me show you something else. Let's see. We want to have a vehicle. I've created something called small vehicle, and let's create 5 of those. And so this is a small vehicle. Name is actually a buggy. Nickname is Fueler. So Fueler, it's a small vehicle. It has acceleration 3, endurance 1, handling 2, size 1, speed 3. His armor is just a hull without any armor actually on it. It's reducing -1 shift, and it has 10 out of 10 armor. It's a small vehicle, so once you start shooting at it, you're gonna fuck it up. It has wasteland junk on him. It doesn't have any weapons. It doesn't have anything in inventory. It is a pre-war vehicle. It has no headlights. It is off-road with a mix of normal tires. It's a small vehicle, and it obviously doesn't have any medical issues, but you can put it where you want, like a leaking fuel tank or something like that. And another one is a small van. It's a small vehicle, and it is you know, handling and everything else. It is painted in red, doesn't have any weapons, and etc. This one is a similar. It's a motorbike, and it has actually a weapon on it, so you can see that it has a weapon. So I hope this explains how you can use your program, and I hope this gives you an insight of a text and what you can do. So all of you GMs and dungeon masters alike and game masters, take care, share this program, show it to others, and I hope you all put it in good use. Take care and happy role playing. Bye everybody.